Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Karen and this is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch, KBH stitches. Happy back to school season, even though it's 95 degrees here today. I hope everybody is getting back in the swing of things. Hopefully some of you don't go back for a little bit. My son went back last week. It was 100 degrees the first day and they lost their AC. So, you know, it's been great. So anyway, today is August 20th, and I have a full basket, so it's time to make a Flosstube video. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're coming back, I appreciate you so much. You all are the reason that I do this. So before we get in too far, I do want to send all my love to Priscilla, who's going through a very hard time, to Sarah's Stitchy spot, her husband Stan. He had his second procedure and I hope that he's healing at home very well. And to sweet, sweet Callie, of Floss Boss and Cousins. God, I love her and she's strong and I hope that things just progress there. So, and then lastly, to my friend Glenda, who lost her fur baby, her sweet Roxy. What a dog. What a dog. So, okay, I'm going to get the sad things out of the way there. I swear there will be a video without crying, but it's not today. So we are going to move on. I'm going to go into my fully finishes, my FFOs first. As of now, I have 63 finishes this year. And as promised, we have frames. Now, I'm going to push you a little bit. So I did put Spot up there, as is, mistakes and all. I hung my two Barbara Anna animals that I had. And then this one in the middle is the light fox. The piece is called the light. It's the fox in the dress. And I had a lot of good suggestions about adding fabric to the bottom, adding fabric to all the sides. And I just found that if I added something, I couldn't get it in the frame. So I just need to decide, am I gonna add fabric and kind of jimmy rig a way to hang this frame without the back? The problem is the hanger is not in the wood and the wood isn't real. So I don't think we're gonna put a hanger in it. Anyway, so I just have to figure that part out. So hopefully, but we hung it, we wanted to get the others up, and I'm hoping that that being empty will help me get it done, as opposed to just sitting there empty for who knows how long. But frames on the wall, that was one goal. The other things I finished, I had asked you all about this project. This is from Primrose Cottage. It was their freebie for July, I think. Again, to get their freebies, you have to sign up for their newsletter. You get it for free during that month. If you don't pick it up, they sell it the next month. So this is for sale on their site now. Hello Summer and Watermelons won! It's so cute. So this has been really fun. Again, the bright colors are kind of out of my norm, but I'm very happy with that one. And then my little squirrel man. Sorry, Darlene. Oh, we're not gonna focus. This is from the Blue Flower, a freebie on her website. There's a whole little series of these squirrels. So he got some acorns on the back. I love him. Those little furry ears. I love that one. And then this is from, oh shoot, I meant to bring the copy with it. This is from the Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine, which I am able to get from my library on the Libby app. That's how I got it. I actually have the newest edition came out. I have a project to show you. The little Stitcher, I'm pretty sure. Isn't that cute? I'm not usually down with ghosts. Hey, ghost. But I love that. It's stitched up so sweet. This is on Osnaburg fabric that I tea dyed. And I put little mushrooms on the back. So I like this one because it's decidedly Halloween, but it's not. It's also fall. I'll put that out soon. So I finished that one. And then my last finish is, if you watch Exo Needle in the Hay, Exo, Annie, she showed you, my package that I got overwhelmed with last time, the Sewing Club book. I stitched this piece for her and for myself. And I finished the pillows the same way. So they're kind of like friendship stitches. You know how you used to like have the necklace and like half went with them and half went with you? So this is my version. On both of ours, I'm trying to get it to focus, but it's not going to. On both of ours, this bird was supposed to be the yellow with the teal as the wing. And I just wanted him to show up a little bit more, so I did that. And the reason that I picked this one is that for some reason in my exchanges with friends through this channel and through Instagram and such, the image of the pear keeps coming back to me. And so when I was flipping through the Sewing Club book, knowing that like I started one, I am going to stitch everything in there, I was not surprised to find a pear. And so I stitched that for her and for I. And I looked up the meaning of a pear. And it says that due to its long lifespan, a pear represents longevity, prosperity, and comfort. And I think maybe that's why it keeps coming back to me. You all provide me so much comfort, so I thank you for that. So those were my FFOs. And then I didn't feel like I did as much this time, but looking at my stuff, I got some big things done. So we'll get into my normal whips. My 27.5 project, I work on it 27 minutes, 5 days a week, here and there, is Peacock, a Unicorn, and a Badger. And I was going to say, there is an Instagram account, the Stitch Haven by Allison. And she showed this yesterday. She has this whole side, the tree done, this whole side. I mean, it's amazing. And so what I noticed is that nope, that's the wrong side. I got this flower done. So I'm like halfway on that side. So anyway, on Instagram, the Stitch Haven by Allison, follow that account. Beautiful. Not just this. Everything is really beautiful. So I got this as a kit from the Scarlet Letter. Oops. And I got myself to a page change. So, this isn't going to work very well, but I'm not going to take it out. But you'll know, I was over here, I had done these strawberries and this flower, or outlined that flower. I finally got that all filled in. This took way longer than it needed to, but that's okay. So now I'm over here. There's a flower here and a flower here. And kind of this is the page. So I'm moving along. It's going slower right now than it had been, but you know, also it's summer. And so now that we're getting more into a pattern of things, hopefully get up a little earlier, get my stuff done, get to my stitching. And so I have big hopes for this. Honestly, seeing Allison's was like, I want to do that. So there she is. Oh gosh, sorry. And then you will recall that so then after I do my 27.5, I have a few projects that I put 2 threads a day into. And by 2 threads, I mean, I always leave my projects with a loaded needle. So I finish that needle, I load another needle, I load another needle, and I set it for the next day. And I had been working on this autumn quilt pattern. I cropped it and I was making monthly quilts. I can't even say it. And I can't say it because I'm so excited because it's done. It's upside down. No. I finished it. Yay. So last time I saw you, I had started October and I got that one done. And then November was the one that, again, I'm stitching these. We lost my mother-in-law about 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Wow. Anyway, and she was a big quilter. And so when I saw this pattern, I knew what the pattern was called because of what she had told me. So I wanted to make these to have something kind of dedicated to her out every month in our house. And so I decided on the November one that I would do, my birthday is in November, so my birthstone, and then her birthday was in February, so her birthstone, so amethyst and topaz. And I actually, when I started this, the yellow I had chosen was too bright. It was fine on the skein, but when I stitched it, it was too bright. So I actually had these 3 done. And to tell you what it took for me to pull those out, I did not want to pull them out, but I did. And I'm much happier with the result. I think it looks very topaz-y. And then December with my Christmas colors. So I have all of these done. Now that I've shown them, I need to get to finishing. So I would like to say I would just take it like one at a time and whatever, but knowing me, I'll just bulldoze through. They'll be fiddly, but it'll be okay. So yay, I'm so excited that's done. I started that on the 1st of the year. So that was my new year, new start. And it 7 months. So anyway, so that's going to the finishing pile. And then I have a monthly Milh Hill Kit that I do 2 threads a day on. And I have a big bag. My son picks one. And this was actually a gift from Glenda. And so this was actually, I should have left it. This was the messiest kit I have ever done. There were 12 colors plus Kreinik, which I had never used before. And I will say, I used the diamond on another project. Awful. This was not bad. The Kreinik was not bad. But anyway, there were a lot of colors in here and a lot of things. So, and I got this one finished. And I think it turned out so cute. It's so much cuter than the picture. One thing, in the picture, they had little cross stitches in that heart, but I liked the way it looked. And then they had some weird back stitch to kind of make these skeins look used, but it was too messy for me. So, and see the little like Kreinik spool I made? Isn't that cool? You can see it's kind of, you did the stitches and then you put the Kreinik over it. So anyway, so I love this one. This is so sweet. So that was my August Milh Hill. And now I am working on my freebie. So I do a freebie every month with Jacinta of Crafting on the Plains. And she has a hashtag Year of Freebies Sal. And so this one is from Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. I believe it's called Bee Sampler. And I'm just doing it with the called for DMCs. And I'm almost done with it. Oops. So I just need to finish this little bee skep, and then it has a little table here. Finish out the alphabet, and then there's another bee right there. So that one I should have done in a few days. So yay. So getting those quilts done was, yay. I'm So excited. Now I do have to sew them all, so I probably shouldn't get ahead of myself, but that's how it goes. Okay, so then, oh my goodness gracious, I've filled my bucket. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Okay, so before I get into, those are my things that I do every day. And I'm gonna get into then other projects and whips, but I have 2 questions. So you will remember Annie gave me this sweet little kit. It comes with the floss and it comes with this little frame. And I was gonna stitch it right up. It's so cute. I want to stitch it right up, put it in the frame, and hang it up there. Well, so I went to do that. And there's the needle. And the needle is obviously very tarnished. And I haven't pulled it out because it's going to, like when I pull this out, it's going to leave even more stuff. So I wanted to ask, is this salvageable at all? Can I get that fabric and wash it? What it is, it's 18 count Aida, which I don't have, or I would have just replaced it. Here, you can see the back too. Hold on. See the back, and there's like these spots of the rust. So what this is it's 18 count Aida. If I had a piece of 18 count Aida, I would have just switched it, but I don't. And then I had another question, because I'm going to show you why in a little bit, but I'm going to be buying some 18 count perforated paper. And so if I just used perforated paper and stitched it, and instead of using this, so this backing, it's like a peel and stick. If I just use perforated paper, would it pop in there? Should I just do that instead? So should I just give up and use perforated paper? Should I try and salvage this? Or is that just, should I just throw that away? Or do I need to buy some 18 count Aida? So, give me your hints. Okay, that was going there. Okay. Hi. So I finished this a long time ago, and I hate it. It's so boring. So should I make this and should I cut this out and make it into a pillow? I have stuff on the back that I can throw away. I'm not worried about that. But would this look better as a pillow with like maybe a charm or a button or something? I don't know. I have it hanging up there above my, I don't want to move you. You can see that's my Rose Apothecary. And then I have another one, and then it's hanging up there. I don't know. I guess it's fine. I don't know. I saw that and I was like, eh. Anyway, moving on. Random. Okay, so on to other things I worked on. So my August project for Colorado Cross Stitchers Cross Stitch Camp was, the August prompt was to do something new. So I took on this Birds of a Feather. I'd never stitched a Birds of a Feather. And these are actually being recharted by Sheri, the Colorado Cross Stitcher. And like I said, I left that. And so my other new thing was that I used this hellscape. It was awful. Awful. What the biggest problem is, you can see right there. Can you see right there? I don't know if you can see right there. It's like 3 threads in one. And what I found was one of those suckers was going to bunch up on you no matter what you did. No matter how short, no matter how I attached it to my needle, one of those was coming loose and bunching up on you. And so that's probably a one and done experience, which is fun. However, I stitched this on 36 count platinum with the DMC conversion, and I got him done. Oh, how fun are you? So there's that damn thing. This staff and his belt were supposed to be gold, so I wasn't going to use this stuff again. So I just made them brown. And then look at his pretzel. I mean, I bought him for that pretzel and it turned out so well. So I was shocked. These guys are teeny. There's 3 of these. This is called Green Santa. There's a black Santa and a yellow Santa. That may be it. I'm not entirely sure. But I love how kind of odd he is. I love that pretzel. And I'm going to put him aside because I would really like to finish him with pretzel fabric if I can. So we're going to come back to that. So that was Colorado Cross Stitchers Stitch Camp. This was the August project. I won a prize in July. So we're going to get to that soon. So I will be back for summer Stitch Camp 26 for sure. It's a very easy thing to participate in, which was really nice. So then my friend Darlene brought me this pattern, the cat and the moon. And she even brought me a piece of 32 count. It's either natural or raw. I don't really know what the difference is in those two, but I finished him. Look at that grump. I love it. So this, with I Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, she does not provide a DMC conversion. So I DMC conversioned it myself. I know this, so I left off the moon and the stars. There's a moon and there's stars too. I can't show you the other side. There's moon and stars. And then the hat, for some reason, was supposed to be 3 colors. I just left it 2. And I think maybe this color I had. But this is definitely a DMC. This is a DMC. So I'm so pleased with that one. So I was going to finish him in a tart pan, but my tart pans are 3 inches. And he needs 4 inches. So let me see. I was going to... This isn't going to work. But I'm thinking maybe a 4-inch hoop would be cute. I can get at a hoop easier than I can get at a tart pan, I think. Can you just go buy tart pans places? I don't know. Anyway, I love this. He's just perfectly grouchy yet dressed up. So, thank you, Darlene. So that was a new start and a finish. He's going into the finishing pile. Oh, see now, already messed up. Okay. Then on to my whips. So, I have started 2 things. I'll show you this one first. So with my Zoom group, we started, oh, of course I didn't put it in here. Hold please. When we get together, we just, we're trouble. And so we had to have another new start. And this is mine. He's so cute. And Rebecca Lofty Makes on Instagram has finished this little face. It's so sweet. And then Jacinta of Crafting on the Plains. They have a one that's a little crow who's knitting in the chair. There's also an owl who's cross-stitching in a chair. And I saw that on somebody's Instagram this morning, and they had changed the color of the chair. I don't know what they changed it from, but they changed it to purples. It was really pretty. So these turn out super cute. They are also super fiddly, but they're charted in, they're charted in DMC. I am stitching mine. Oh, wait, what did I do here? I need to do this. Put this here or else I'm going to end up in a real state. I'm stitching mine on tea-dyed. Oh, God, I have things going every which way down here. Tea-dyed Osnaburg. I have not gotten much done. These are, I don't, anyway, I just have the little pot. And I guess you don't call that confetti stitching, but this is like 12 colors. So I'm over here now, and I'm starting on the chair. So I have this little thing done, and I'm starting on the chair, and hopefully that'll give me a little more leeway to take on bigger chunks. So I started that with my Zoom group. Very excited about it. It's super cute. And then, oh gosh, Karen, get ahead of yourself. And then I bought this. This is Henny Penny. Here's the thing. I saw her and she reminds me of my mom. And I mean that in the best possible way. My mom wears an apron. She would go to work, come home, put on her apron, cook whatever, in the weekends, baking, just, she always has an apron on. And so it reminded me of that. And so I hope she also, like, she goes like, we always make fun of her. She'd be like, what are you doing? And she puts her hands on her hips, and we always are like, so I'm sorry, that's me. Anyway, so I started this last Monday. And I got her all outlined. I didn't really intend to outline it all, but the outline was really fun to do. And then I figured, well, these dots. So FYI, there is a pattern to those dots, but when I first looked at it, I couldn't see that. So I was like, I better get those in. So I love it. So I will say the called for color is linen, and I started stitching with that. Sorry, crinkle things everywhere. I'm gonna have a real mess here today, I can just tell. Oh, you're not gonna be able to tell, but in this picture you can kind of tell. It came up, my skein was real pink. It was like pink and white, and I liked the brightness of the white, but I really didn't want it to be pink. And so I changed this to it's a more tan white. So it's not as bright. I wish it was brighter, but it's not as pink either. So I'm happy with how it's turning out. So I should like save this for occasions that I need fill in, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep filling her in. I want to have her done. Although I'm terrified to sew her, but we'll get there. She's gonna be real top heavy when I sew her. So, but I'm so happy with her. So that's Henny Penny. Oh gosh, sorry. I just am throwing things on the floor and throwing things everywhere. So then I was watching Sarah's Stitchy Spot, and unfortunately she was talking about Stan and needing hospital stitching, and she is working on Two Turtle Doves, the kit by Satsuma Street. And I can attest, these are very good hospital stitching. I hope you don't ever have to do that. But it reminded me that I still have, I've done quite a few of these, but I still have 2 of the 12 Days of Christmas to catch up on. I think the next one will come out in November. And I still have my last of the Nutcracker series. Woo! And these kits are so fun. They come with everything you need. There's the sequins, the colors. It comes with, I'll get that one later. It comes with a piece of perforated paper. But it's just, there's something, the colors are so bright. They're so beautiful. And so it reminded me, I didn't have one of these started, so they were kind of just off on a shelf. So I took out this one, Mr. Meow, to kind of stitch in solidarity as Stan recuperates. I love this one. And here's my colors. Aren't they pretty? And then here, this is going to be a little hard to see because it's a lot of the white, but these are kind of his ears. This is part of his hat, and that's his smile starting. So, and they stitch up super fast. They are so fun. So I've really been enjoying this one. And this is great. We've been watching the Little League World Series, which is on one hand delightful and on one hand heartbreaking the whole time. Those guys put so much effort in, but this has been very nice because it's on 14 count, so I can watch the game and stitch on this. So that finishes this weekend. So I would love to get that completed with those little guys. We were really rooting for both Honolulu and Mexico, and they both lost yesterday. So we're gonna see. Actually, the reason why I started watching it in the regional. Growing up, my neighborhood team with one of my high school friends' best friends, her son was on the team. This little field in North Boulder. And so it was fun to watch them. They had a hard go. But so anyway, I'm invested in the Little League World Series. Lots of good sports coming up. I'm excited. We have the US Open. We have football coming back. Okay. Anyway. This is my last new start. This bag is from Joanna. See, I always forget. 1966 on Etsy. So pretty. And this is my beloved Sewing Club book from Annie. And again, I intend to do everything on here. But I think I told you, this is my first one. Because I would like to make this as opposed to having, well, I might still have a word of the year next year, but this is kind of my intention. And it says she works with willing hands in delight. So I got this one started. I just started it yesterday. Here are all my colors. And I'm going to say this. So can I show? This book's a little hard to show because it has I'm going to try very hard. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate. So see, this is the called for, and here's the DMC right here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And it's becoming less common. And I understand the reasons why. I understand that dyers provide designers with floss, and so they want them to use the called for floss. But accessibility is going to become an issue. So I really appreciate that people give a DMC option. I noticed that DMC at Michael's is 79 cents now. So things are going to go up. And so I just really appreciated it. So anyway, I just went through, and if I had the fancy floss, where's one that I have? I did that. If not, I put the DMC in there. So it turned out beautifully. I don't see that I lost any sort of interest or anything in doing so. And I am stitching this on, oh no, I know I had it. Oh, poop. It's, this was another gift. This was a gift. It's 35 count something. It's by Weeks Dye Works. And it's kind of a long, skinny cut. And I think it's just going to be beautiful. So I just got a little start, but like I said, I want this to be my kind of intention going into next year. And so it can go slow. I'm not in any rush. I want to just enjoy it, and the beautiful book and the beautiful bag and the beautiful friendship. I just want to have it kind of on a day where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'll do that one. So this was my Summer Stitch Camp July project. Did not get as far as I wanted to, but I wanted to show you where I ended up doing this part. I'm doing As the Crow Flies, but I took off the words and I took off the border. Again, prairie schoolers and their DMCs. Oh, so pretty. I'm stitching this one on 36 count platinum, I think, as well. And I finally, last time I was struggling with this house. I think I pulled this one out a couple times, but I made it all the way across. So I was happy with that. I love that little smoke coming out. So I still have a long, long way to go, but this will be put into the whip pile and will come out probably a little bit in the fall, I would think. Has very fall vibes. So that was the project I did for July. Okay, and speaking of, let me make sure that I think I showed you everything. Yep, so this one goes there. So speaking of, I was lucky enough to win a wonderful prize for Stitch Camp. And so what Sheri is so generous. Every month she picks 8 winners. What you do is that, so I'm not going to get into the whole thing because it's over, but you post your picture at the end and she randomly draws 8 winners. And I won this beautiful bag, and it's by, if anybody knows who this is, it's a beautifully made bag, but not shockingly, if you try to find somebody who works with fabric whose name is Material Girl, it's a little hard to find. So I haven't been able to find them, but if anybody knows, let me know. I would love to give props to this bag maker. So cute. Look at those fun polka dots. So as if the bag wasn't enough, Colorado cross stitcher, go there. As if the bag wasn't enough, she's full. So first of all, there's this little like ditty bag, same, oh, so cute. Again, Material Girl, you make wonderful bags, let me know. And then I got all these charts. So I'm gonna save my favorite for last. So this is beautiful. Seasons of the Heart #1, Charland Designs. And this is old. This was originally sold at Shepherd's Bush for $5. It's hand drawn. So it's kind of a band sampler. And it says here, it says, Christmas warms my heart. And it's fancy stitches. It's fancy stitches. This sweet one, it's from Madame Chantilly, and it's Santa and the cat. And you have all these different cats. So I would make mine Benny. But isn't that sweet? And of course it's Madame Chantilly, so it's a giant, but that would be a fun piece. This is hands-on design when Priscilla was, Stitchy with the Housewives, used to design for hands-on designs. This is Chockful, Mary Chockful. Love this. This is the Drawn Thread Christmas cards. So there's 4 of them. I'm gonna look how sweet these are. But I love these 2 at the bottom. It says, we wish you a Merry Christmas and then a Happy New Year. So I'm thinking of doing these on like one piece of fabric facing each other, because you very rarely get Happy New Year charts. And so that, I love that. So that's in my plan somewhere. And then I got this. And I wanted this when this came out. Sorry, it's in a bag. I should have done that. But this is Red Letter Day from Teresa Vignette of Shakespeare's Peddler. And so it's just a collection of red samplers. And she has a whole history here, and there's big ones and there's small ones, and it's just it's a great resource to have, like alphabets. I love this one. Look at those crowns at the bottom. Somebody's rule was that you always have a red sampler going, so now I can. But it's also just a great resource. She has so much history in here. And again, alphabets, all sorts of different alphabets, all sorts of different, like borders. There's some fancy stitches in here. It's a very cool book. It's a very, very cool book. So I got that in there. I mean, this is insane. I can't tell you. I got really lucky here. I got Easter Parade, which I'm so excited for. Look at that bunny. I did not have this. I didn't have anything that was in this. So really excited. And then this one I screamed. Be You Thankful from Brenda Gervais. I screamed. I love this chart. I cannot wait. It's perfect. Ah, come on, fall. I believe in you. So I cannot thank Sheri enough. I mean, I'm verklempt, to say the least. And I feel so lucky, and I so appreciate it. And what a thing you do for the community. So I cannot stress enough how easy it is to participate in this. You see people's wonderful finishes and charts that I've never seen before. It really, I followed a lot of new people on Instagram because of it. I found new buyers because, like, it was really a great experience. And so I will definitely be back, not just because I won. Obviously that's very nice, but it was a great experience and a great way to kind of get back into, like I said, I kind of shoved off posting on Instagram, and it was a good way to kind of get back in. And I found new people to follow, people who are a little more active maybe, and I'm seeing more Stitchy stuff on my feed. So I was very happy with that. All right, so then I got a few things. I did get a few things. So Scattered Seed samplers. What's it called? The Vintage Bird Club. I ordered these before the financial situations we're facing. So my kit for, I don't know, we get 3 kits. This is my second kit came in. What's it called? Share and Share Alike. And she does the most beautiful packaging. Look at that, like, parrot. Oh, shit. You see him, that parrot little charm? So she includes the DMC, a needle, and then this stuff is to make this little red berry. I still haven't made my pink berry from the first one. Shoot, I should get that done. But I did finish my first kit. My goal was to finish my first kit before the second one comes. So I will get to this. I am definitely not finishing it that way. It's lovely. It's above my pay grade. So I just have to get in there and see if there's enough backing fabric to make it square. I haven't. I would love to make the whole thing square. If I can't, maybe I'll just do this bird. I don't know. But again, the hope is to get that done before the next kit comes. And I should add doing those strawberries to it because now I have 2. So I should do that. And then I placed this, I ordered this from Ashbury's Echoes. So, Karen, you have this. Why don't you use it? Can you see that? I think you can see that. So Ashbury's Echoes, she's on Etsy. She also has a Flosstube. She does really cute primitive, sorry, itch on my ankle. She has really cute primitive charts. And she does her Flosstube with her son, who I find it's so endearing to me, and it just hits me because of my kiddo. And so now her daughter has kind of jumped onto her site and is making both needle minders and buttons. Again, I can't see if you're seeing this, but they're real. It's made of clay, so it's not super thick, and they're like real primitive and cute. So no, I don't need another needle minder, but I wanted to support her. But she's also making buttons that are really cute. You can kind of pin them to your finishes like I do with like a button. And so they're really cute. There's one of like dried corn that I'm dying over, but the other thing I got, my friend was making an order and I really like these Lori Holt project bags. They're vinyl, and so I feel like I can take them places without being scared that something's going to get wet. And they have this gusseted bottom, and so you can get a lot of stuff in there. So I like these for when I go to like a stitch group or whatever, because I know I can throw it in the bottom of my car and it's not going to get Cheetos on it or something. Some sort of flaming hot something. And then my husband was out and about yesterday because we were looking for some furniture patching thing. And he ended up at this, it's called Milh End Fibers. And I had never heard about it. I have lived here 11 years this time and years before. I never heard of it. It's a fabric store in town and they buy the ends of bolts. And so I said, by chance, do they have pretzel fabric? Now, I have looked online for pretzel fabric everywhere. They had pretzel fabric. So it isn't perfect. It isn't perfect, but I think it'll work. Because I think I can, so the black, obviously, with his boots, and I think this red color, it's a little pinky, but I can highlight the Christmassy-ness of it. Because I'm thinking, you know, he has the candy canes here, so I'll put like maybe a red border around. I'm so excited. I couldn't believe it, because I was like, by chance, do they have pretzel fabric? And he's like, yeah. And then the next words that flew out of his mouth were like, they also have asparagus fabric. I don't know. I got a half yard of each of these. It was $3 each. This did not blow my budget, but that's getting used on something. I don't care what. But so anyway, so expect he's going to be finished as well. Oh boy, I have a big pile over there. gonna need to do a lot of stuff before I come back to y'all. All right, so that was my haul. I'm gonna do Stitchy Kindness real quick, and then I'm gonna kind of tell you my thoughts for next time. So, this killed me. So, you'll remember I showed you my pin cushion that I had made out of the dog planter. And when I did that, my friend Kathy said, hey, I'd like to send you something. And I said, okay. And so she sent me this beautiful card. And these. Oh, I died. I died. This is Fergus, obviously. And then she said, I couldn't find a duck, but I thought a goose would work. And she gave his bow duck colors. It's green and yellow. Isn't this the best? And then the sweet little ladybug. So she said that she learned this in a class. I believe Kathy Haberman, right? Oh, I think she told me that. Okay. I believe it was Kathy Haberman. And you use 18 count perforated paper. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to show this. You can actually see the. And then you use a flat pin, which, is that what this is? I'm assuming that's what this is. Kathy, let me know. Because I have a lot of these. And then you put felt on the back. Is that not the most amazing gift? So that is why I'm planning to order 18 count perforated paper. Hoping it will work for that little frame, but also because I am making these. These are just, they're so perfect. I thank you so much. Like the joy I get when I see these every time I stand. So I keep him right next to that little, that's his spot right there. It's so perfect. Thank you so much. And then she sent these sweet charts. This little Christmas stocking. These guys. Whoop, whoop. Those fun. And then the piece de resistance, Fergus. Oh, are you not focusing? There he is. It says, how much is that doggy in the window? And down here you can put his little name. This is Harry. But his will be Fergus. And it came with a little bone. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Kathy. I love this so much. I love this so much. Oh, what a joy. Thank you. And then I got a big package in the mail. This is from Natasha at Britches Get Stitches, who is just, oh my God, the best. I can't even. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so she sent me a wonderful card. That's sweet. And Natasha she is so, I love watching her videos. Her videos are more like vlog style. She will try anything and she is excited about it and she loves to learn. And that energy and that, she's so supportive and I just can't. Okay. So anyway, I'm verklumping myself. She sent me a whole bunch of tea, which is lovely. I just needed to get a little cooler. Then that will be used. She sent me this beautiful piece of pink. Who is this by? This is 30 count Zweigart Lugana by Jackson Fiber Arts. Victoriana is the name. Look how pretty this is. Look how pretty that is. Sorry, I wrinkled it. I should have taken it out of the package. Is that not gorgeous? I can't wait to try this on something. So that, and then I'm going to get to the last part in a second, but she also stitched me this pillow. I have to read part of the card. It says, the fox is supposed to symbolize wisdom, luck, and adaptability. I can't read anymore because I'm going to cry. Look at that sweet little thing. It's so cute, and it's on Osnaburg fabric, which I love. And she finished it, and I believe she said this was her first pillow, which is insane because it's perfect. Now she knows her way around a sewing machine, so so this has been at my little stitchy spot, reminding me that I can do it. And then she sent me this. So you know there's things that you see and you're like, you read it and you're like, oh my God, I could buy that for so-and-so and so-and-so because that's so them. I can't believe somebody saw this and thought of me. But it says badass woman who takes care of everyone, because I couldn't really feel like more of a failure right now, and to think that anybody thinks I'm doing okay is kind of beyond me. Anyway, this is chock full of treats, and I have hid this for my child or else it would be empty. But he'll come home to some treats today. But these are mine. These giant Smarties are for sure mine. Lemon heads, these were my absolute favorite as a kid. There's Mamba's, which he's quite fond of. I mean, we have Boston baked beans. I love this. And these, I'm excited to try these. They're boba jelly beans. Sorry. It says mango milk tea, taro milk tea, Thai milk tea, strawberry milk tea, and matcha milk tea. So we'll try those today. And I have jujubes in here. All these things. So many lovely treats. So I've been saving these, so now we will tuck in for sure. And then this will be added to my daily stitch caddy. There were also some other treats that I already ate. Some cookies and some things. There were like these puffy chips. My kid devoured those. But this is the part that, so she sent these. And I was like, what? Okay, these are hula hoops. They're little like potato rings. Okay, so this, when I was in college, I spent a semester in London. This is my journal from London with all the shows I went to, all the places we went to, all the museums we went to. It's just my kind of treasure trove. And this is the page from the airplane home, in which I state that I have just eaten my final bag of hula hoops. Okay, you guys, this was in 1996. 1996. So nearly 30 years ago. I have not had a bag since. And I have saved these, but I am going to eat them now. And I'm so excited Was that 1996? Is that what it was? 97. It was March of 97. Let's see. March 24th of 1997. I ate my last bag of hula hoops on the airplane coming home. And now I have another one. So thank you so much. When I saw those, I was like, oh. I cannot believe it. It was like coming back in time. This is me. This was my host family and then my roommate. The Goulds. Ron and Bridie Gould in Pinner. Anyway, it was the best time of my life. It was the best. And so, thank you so much. That brought back so many memories and everything. And all of it. I can't. My heart. Thank you so much. And thank you for encouraging me. You all always do. And I so appreciate it. Okay, so the last few things I have here. This I got out of, like I said, the most recent not Punch Needle. It's just Cross Stitch magazine. I get it through my library again. And this little one is from Stitchy Princess Black in the Ukraine. And it's just so sweet and gentle. And so I printed that one off and I want to do that soon. And then I was looking for a pattern yesterday and I was like, oh, I need to do this and this and this and this. And so these are some kind of fall plans. I don't know if I'll get to them, but I bought this last year at Nashville. Music in the Woodlands. I love that one. This I saw somebody stitched up. It's from Teresa Cugat and it's Black and Jack and it's real teeny. On 32 count linen, it's 2x3. So it's real teeny. So I bought floss for that. So I would love to do that one because that would be a real easy one. Plum Street, why always? Plum Street Samplers, a bowl full of scaries. I would love to do that one. And then for Christmas, I bought this kit when we went to Shepherd's Bush 2 years ago now. And To All a Good Night is my favorite. That's what I say to myself every night when I go to sleep on Christmas. So, and it's a full kit, like literally everything. Maybe not backing fabric, but it has the juju. It has the juju. So those are kind of into my Christmas and fall plans, thoughts. Again, I don't like to say plans because I'll break them. The only other thought I have is Sampler September is coming up. And so what I have decided to do, I have fallen off the wagon with my weekly whip bags. And for now, that's okay. I was adding the summer school stitches to my pile and it was just becoming too many things. And so I'm okay with that for right now. But I thought, oh, well, shoot, Sampler September is coming. That's going to be the same thing. So what I have decided to do is I put all my big samplers on a wheel, a decision wheel. So I have 21 samplers. There are 5 Mondays in September. So I'm going to have my son spin the wheel and every Monday he'll pick one of those samplers and I will put stitches into it over that week. I'm not giving myself like goals or anything. I just want to stitch on it that week. So that's kind of take over my whip bags. And then hopefully I'll get back to them in October. So that's how I'm going to do Sampler September. I'll end up working on 5 that way. I don't know what they'll be, which is kind of fun because it'll be kind of a boost. And then we'll be back here and I'll show you what those are. By the time I come back, I should have a couple done. I hope let me know what you're stitching for Sampler September. Let me know if you're not doing Sampler September because it's so hot. If I messed up, I'm sorry. I I just have kind of given into the fact that I get going and I say what I say. And if I misspoke, I apologize. If I missed something and you're interested in knowing, I love comments. I love to answer the comments. Obviously, it helps me if you like and subscribe and all of that stuff. Sweet Fergus has gotten the hang of things. He brought his little dolly in this morning and is just sitting there playing. So he knows now when I take out this table that I work on that, oh God, Mom's going to sit there and talk to herself for a while. So anyway, I've gone on too long. Again, all of my love. Stan, Callie, Priscilla, Glenda, I love you guys, and I hope that everything continues to improve for everyone. And I hope that you all are finding space and time to take care of yourselves. And if we get back here, we'll do it again. All right. Bye-bye.